Architect Jun is aware of the country's great potential in many fields, but sadly, we have not exploited them to the fullest.
Map of the world, you rotate it. The Philippines is right in the center. Every superpower country in the world, they always want to have a part of the country, the Philippines. And so we can plan among that. We have so many blessings, like we're #1 in the world in marine biodiversity.
Okay,
We're
that's
#1 now in the world in sailors, seamen. We're #2 in geothermal energy. We have the 3rd longest coastline in the world, longer than the USA. Prime real estate, prime location. If we plan it, let's take advantage of all these blessings.
Architect Jun cannot help sport a wry smile as he recounts how we were once a gem that countries fought over. Compared to some of our neighbors in Southeast Asia now, the country pales in comparison in terms of architecture and urban planning. With his extensive travels and expertise, Architect Jun shares his observation.
For the 38 countries that we have helped, after working on Metro Plan and so on, 66 countries that I've served in maybe 2,000 cities, the more successful ones, they have 5 ingredients.
Okay.
Visionary leadership, strong political will, good planning, good urban planning,
Okay.
good design like architecture, engineering, and the other sciences, then good governance. If you
Okay.
don't have those 5, you cannot go straight into good governance without a plan. And planning should be comprehensive.
Given all these, he was asked the inevitable questions. Is there still hope? What can be done?
There's a lot of hope for our country. In fact, if we address corruption, criminality, climate change, poverty, pollution, too much politics, the police, infrastructure, and incompetence, you should be in the top 20 economies of the world by 2021. For instance, immediate action program, what can we do within the next 100 days? Maybe back to the future.
Okay.
1975 to 1977, then for a short while, 81, I worked for government because I had to pay back my United Nations Development Program scholarship at UP. And fortunately, I was assigned with visionary leaders like Odi Corpus, David Funsunhi, and your late father, among many others. And they were so visionary and patriotic. It's not just the intelligence, but the passion for work and love of country.
So there's still hope. We can
There's a lot of hope, and I had the opportunity to change my citizenship many times, but I never wanted to.
Citizenship?
Yeah, I always maintain the Filipino citizenship because I love this country.
In the midst of modernization and the haste in finding solutions, Architect Jun is also quick to point out that the environment should never be compromised.
Yeah, just like the $1 million contract for the Subic,
And you returned it.
I returned it.
And you
And that
just
was before
refused it.
Christmas, because for me, it's really planet Earth. And for me, maturity is part of God's creation.
Ultimately, the goal is to harmonize the man-made environments with nature. The same intense passion for Mother Earth is shared by Architect Jun's daughter, environmental planner Karima Palafox. Karima is the managing partner at Palafox Associates and a director at the Palafox Architecture Group.
Well, it's really finding a balance, no? Let's say balance between built and natural environment, balance between sometimes even contradicting demands on finite resources. And for example, in a big city, you have conflicting demands by the developer, by the landowners, which sometimes conflict with government, which conflict with the residents. And then you have the more wealthy conflicting with those who don't have any land of their own, for example.
Karima has carved her own niche in urban design and environmental planning. She was hailed as one of the Urban Land 40 Under 40, representing the best young land use professionals around the world. But even with her expertise, there are still challenges, which rings true pretty much in the entire industry.
Because urban planners should be better at communicating. We can't be perceived as, these tree huggers who don't want change, who don't understand to the public, and more especially to the leaders, to the decision makers.
She says the good news is clients are becoming more aware of environmental concerns in planning and development.
These new generation developers, they're very conscientious. Yeah, we actually do get clients who say, hey, we want to make sure that we're taking care of the environment. Please make sure we keep the trees on the side. Please make sure we could recycle the water.
They're the ones.
Yeah, sila na mismo.
Karmi admits that taking care of the environment along with urbanization is a tough balancing act.
Really finding that balance and making sure that as much as possible we plan for the common good, because I think that's one of also the second challenge perhaps as an urban planner here. Whenever you think about instilling good in the environment or planning for the future, and we leave behind resources for the future, we can't keep getting them for today.
We have nature on one side.
Yes.
The other side would be,
of course, development. Because at the same time, you can't feed people if you just keep, taking care and preserving of the environment. Of course, you need jobs.
Passion, integrity, spirituality, and high regard for the common good. These are just some of the many lessons the palafoxes can teach us. It is beyond profit and prestige, a testament that everyone can have a role in nation building, whatever your profession, to be a game changer.
You're dying tonight. What legacy you can leave behind your children and future generations. So every night before I go to sleep, I examine my conscience. And we can all work together for our country. As I said, Pro Deo for God, Patria, our fatherland, the country, et Terra, planet Earth.
of course, it takes more than a June palafox to get us out of the mess we're in. But ideas have to come from somewhere, and we need all the help we could get, not the least from one of the world's most respected urban planners. And he's a Filipino. Up next, pre-planning your own funeral? It's not as odd as you think. In fact, it's the most practical thing to do. That when Game Changer returns.
This segment is brought to you by First Philippine Holdings. Nestled near the fast-growing towns of Batangas is a massive economic driver, the First Philippine Industrial Park.
The land size of FPIP is 450 hectares. It's located across two areas. To the west, it's Tanawan City. To the east, it's the municipality of Santo Tomas. Both are in the province of Batangas. The business operating in the zone are from the electronic sector, fast-moving consumer goods. So some of these companies are Brother and Canon Printers, Nestle, BE Aerospace, and Dan Papier.
Inside and outside the industrial zone, countless jobs have been generated.
Out of the 450 hectares of our property, we've actually generated around 40,000 jobs. We've impacted the community very much with the business generated in the park.
With those impressive numbers, indeed, FPIP creates ripples and waves.
FPIP has changed the game in terms that we have now changed our mindset to that of becoming a catalyst for national development. That means creating more jobs and opportunities for our fellow Filipinos.
This segment was brought to you by First Philippine Holdings, powered by Good.
Midas Hotel and Casino, a contemporary, design-led lifestyle hotel in the majestic hub of Manila with fabulous views of sunset on the bay. Midas offers designer amenities and guest rooms and suites, supreme restaurant options for sumptuous enjoyment, event studios for corporate meetings and vows, and a casino with world-class gaming. Here at Midas, we make days into moments. Sparkling creativity, it's stylemanship by Midas.
Your access to smarter banking choices. You've got to have it. RCBC, smarter solutions.
Are you a game changer? Do you know somebody who is? Are there ideas or concepts that are changing lives in your community? Simply click her website and help us spread these inspiring stories.